And this man, look at the face. Richard Carapaz has a point to prove, not least to his teammates around him who must have been asking questions. And so have we throughout. He's been ripping radios out of his ear, don't forget, during this race. Not happy with the messages that were coming through. Well, he's issuing a big one right now. This is huge for him. 1,700 metres to go, and I think this finally is the winning move. Oh, so many great riders are down this mountain. Stage winners as well in this very race. And we're going to have a secondary battle, as you will witness deeper into today. But out front, it's going to be surely Richard Carapaz. And there he is. He's alone. He's flown. He's got 1,600 metres to go. That's Kelderman will get a good finish. Carapaz himself would like to find a bit more time as well. He could halve his margin, his deficit overall, with a good finish right now. He knows that. But more than that, this is a statement, a stage win coming his way, and a great finale for him, Sean.
Yes, well, he is a one who can finish in, the final 2 kilometres of a climb. That's where he's a real specialist. He's explosive, Carapaz, but Kelderman also, he's a grinder, as we say, on a climb. But he has a man in front of him who looks very impressive here today. And, Kelderman has to just get into this pace here and keep on riding pretty much full gas, as we say in cycling terms, and see what he can do against Carapaz, but more so to keep as much advantage time-wise, so get to the finish as rapidly as possible for Kelderman and see at the end of the day the GC where he will be.
Well, there's going to be a big shake-up here, Robbie. Mas has got the luxury of having teammates around him. Movistar looked to have played a blinder, but such is the strength of Evenepoel, you daren't ask questions of him because he's likely to have the answer.
He's got all the answers. He looks completely comfortable, even in those ripped shorts. It's Oliveira for Movistar who's back on the front now, so they've all reconsolidated. Ben O'Connor's in this group, Arendsman as well from DSM, so everything's sort of come to a little bit of a lull in this group, as it were. But off the front, Richard Carapaz, that blistering attack, he has spread them across the mountain like the Nutella on my toast. He's ridden away from Kelderman, who's moving up on GC, but Carapaz, the condor of Ecuador, the man from South America, it's normally at high altitude that he feels really at home, but in all honesty, anything that's uphill, a long dragging climb, he's got that explosive power towards the top, and he has distanced them, and he's within the final kilometre.
It will ease just before the line as well for him. Look at Kelderman not taking it easy by any margin either. He's it says 8 seconds in arrears. I think the gap is possibly a little bit bigger than that. Difference in cadence entirely between them, and this man is absolutely digging in for glory. The Ecuadorian, Sean, the Condor, is doing a fantastic job here.
Well, he is, a talented rider, and we can see, in past races, he has got, the ability and the talent to be able to, win those sort of stages. And he did a perfect job there in the breakaway, then followed, let the other teams, do the riding, and comes to a point where he decides to hit on out. But he has a nice lead here, but Kelderman is, in the rhythm here, but we're getting there to that point now, almost 500 metres of finish, and Carapaz is going to, I think, take this victory. But it tells that Carapaz, in the earlier part of this race, he wasn't in the condition that you would expect him to be, and he's getting better, because this performance here is a big statement.
You've got to be good all the time on a Grand Tour, and this man is very, very good now. He'll be wondering to himself whether he could have been very, very good a little bit earlier on in this race. But that's where the stars have to align. But there are none brighter when he's on form than Richard Carapaz. He's heading off to EF Education, don't forget, next season. Well, today he's given everyone an education, I can tell you, a proper lesson about getting into a breakaway, feathering your talent, of which he has plenty, and indeed imposing yourself at the right moment. Here he comes, Richard Carapaz. Is that a smile or is it a grimace? It's possibly a little bit of both. This was a mighty climb, a big question asked, and he's had the answer today. We'll see how he goes deeper into this race, because he's going to push himself back up, not necessarily yet into contention, but certainly underscoring his greatness and making us say he must be considered. And look at the frustration just pouring out of him right now. It's a celebration, and indeed perhaps just tinged with it a little bit of bitterness. Why didn't this happen before? Well, it's happened now and today on the Big Peak. That was brilliant.